There are moments in history when the impossible becomes undeniable. When voices separated by centuries speak the same warning. Nostradamus. A 16th-century physician who predicted 9/11 and World War II. Baba Vanga. A blind mystic with an 85% accuracy rate who foresaw Chernobyl. Mother Shipton. A 15th-century prophetess who predicted the Great Fire of London. And Edgar Cayce. The sleeping prophet who saw events decades before they occurred. 4 prophets. Different eras. Different worlds. But when you examine their writings about 2026, they all point to the same convergence. What if I told you that convergence is happening right now? Like this video now, before you become completely absorbed in what we're about to uncover. And if you're new here, subscribe, because what you're about to hear is material most channels won't touch. Michel de Nostradamus wrote Les Prophéties in 1555, 942 quatrains predicting future events. His track record. The Great Fire of London, 1666. The rise of Napoleon and Hitler. The JFK assassination. September 11th attacks. The COVID-19 pandemic. Scholars estimate 70% accuracy. Baba Vanga lost her sight at age 12. From that moment until 1996, she made predictions with 85% accuracy. The fall of the Soviet Union. The Chernobyl disaster, 1986. The 9/11 attacks. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Mother Shipton, born 1488 in England, predicted the Great Fire of London. The defeat of the Spanish Armada. Iron ships and submarines centuries before they existed. Edgar Cayce made over 14,000 predictions in trance states. The 1929 stock market crash. World War II's beginning and end. Presidential assassinations. Major geological shifts. 4 different prophets. 4 different centuries. But when you examine what they said about 2026, they all saw the same thing. And what they saw is unfolding right now. Prophecy number 1. The Fall of the Great King. Nostradamus, Century 6. Quatrain 24. Mars and the scepter will be found conjoined, a calamitous war under Cancer. Mars and the scepter conjoined, military power and political authority in direct conflict. Under Cancer, between June 21st and July 22nd. This points to a world leader facing an unprecedented crisis in mid-2026. A decision that could trigger what Nostradamus calls a calamitous war. Baba Vanga said, in 2026, a great leader from the East will fall, and with him, the balance of power will collapse like dominoes. Mother Shipton wrote, when the dragon's throne shakes, the world will hold its breath. And in that moment of silence, war drums will answer. Edgar Cayce stated, when the earth shifts, so too will the throne of nations. What was stable will crumble. 4 prophets. Same warning. Same time frame. And here's what's chilling, in 2026, we're seeing unprecedented political instability. Leadership transitions in nuclear-capable nations. China facing economic challenges unlike any in decades. Russia navigating prolonged conflict. The United States in a critical election cycle. These aren't coincidences, they're pieces falling into place. If these prophets are right, 2026 is when a throne of power falls. And when it does, the shockwave will be global. Prophecy number 2, the SEA of Terror. Nostradamus, Century 2, Quatrain 3. Because of the solar heat upon the sea, the fish will become half-cooked. When roads and Genoa lack provisions, the locals will work to cut them up. This prophecy points to a catastrophic maritime event, something that makes the oceans symbols of terror. In 2026, this could manifest as a catastrophic naval disaster with massive casualties. An underwater seismic event triggering a devastating tsunami. Or a naval confrontation in contested waters that spirals beyond control. Baba Vanga said, "The waters will rise not just from nature, but from the machines of war. A great ship will be lost, and with it, thousands of souls." Mother Shipton wrote, "When man sails beneath the waves, the sea will claim its vengeance for the arrogance of nations." Edgar Cayce predicted, "There will be shifting in the waters. In 2026, watch the Pacific. What has been hidden will surface." 4 prophets. 4 eras. All warning of the same ocean catastrophe. And the evidence is mounting, maritime tensions are at an all-time high. South China Sea disputes escalating. Naval buildups accelerating. Submarine activity in contested waters tripled. Russia's Black Sea operations. Iran's Strait of Hormuz presence. The probability of a maritime incident triggering a larger crisis has never been higher. If these prophets are right, something is coming from the ocean. And when it surfaces, the world will hold its breath. Now, breathe. What I'm about to reveal next connects everything, and it's the prophecy that will unsettle you most. But before we continue, hit that like button right now. Share this with someone who senses the world is changing. The next prophecies link together in ways that will make your skin crawl. Let's continue. Prophecy number 3, the sky will speak. Nostradamus, Century 2, Quatrain 41. The great star will burn for 7 days, the cloud will make the sun appear double. A great star burning for 7 days. The sun appearing double. Nostradamus was describing something appearing in the sky that defies explanation, visible for approximately 1 week, fundamentally shifting human consciousness. In 2026, this could be an astronomical event we haven't predicted. A near-Earth object threatening impact. Or perhaps, something that cannot be explained by conventional science. Baba Vanga spoke of this. In 2026, the sky will reveal what has always been hidden. Humanity will see they are not alone, and it will divide them. Mother Shipton. Then shall appear a sign in the sky, and all the world shall see it, and there shall be great fear and great wonder. Edgar Cayce, around 2025 to 2028, there will be a shift in consciousness triggered by an event from above. And here's what makes this terrifying: UAP disclosures are accelerating. The U.S. government confirmed objects exhibiting flight characteristics that defy known physics. Military personnel testified under oath about encounters. NASA launched a formal UAP study. If these 4 prophets are right, 2026 is when the sky stops being silent. When something appears that cannot be denied, cannot be explained, and cannot be ignored. Prophecy number 4, the split of humanity central prophecy. This connects everything. Nostradamus, Century 10, Quatrain 74. The year of the great 7th number accomplished, it will appear at the time of the games of slaughter. When the buried will come out of their graves. This describes humanity dividing into 2 distinct groups, those who evolve, and those who resist. Those who awaken, and those who remain asleep. The buried coming out of their graves, not zombies, but buried truths resurfacing. Secrets revealed. Hidden history exposed. Baba Vanga said, in 2026, humanity will split. Not by borders, but by consciousness. The awakened will see, and the sleeping will deny. This split will determine the future of the species. Mother Shipton, those who have eyes to see shall see, and those who have ears to hear shall hear. But the rest shall wander in darkness even as the light shines. Edgar Cayce, there will come a time when humanity must choose, between fear and love, between separation and unity. This choice will be made around 2026. 4 prophets. 4 centuries. The exact same warning. And look around right now. Polarization at unprecedented levels. Political division. Ideological rifts. Information silos. Echo chambers. We're not divided by opinion, we're divided by reality itself. This isn't political. This isn't left versus right. This is conscious versus unconscious. Aware versus unaware. Seeking truth versus accepting comfortable lies. If these prophets are right, 2026 is when that split becomes permanent. When humanity chooses which side of history it wants to be on. Which side will you be on? This isn't a rhetorical question. This is the question of 2026. Prophecy number 5, the Earth responds. Nostradamus, Century 9, Quatrain 83. The Earth will quake in the month of May, Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter and Mercury in Taurus. Hail will fall larger than an egg. A specific planetary alignment. A massive earthquake. This isn't symbolic. This is a precise astronomical and geological warning. When Saturn is in Capricorn, Jupiter and Mercury in Taurus, conditions aligning in late spring 2026, a catastrophic earthquake will occur. Baba Vanga, the Earth will speak in 2026. The Pacific Ring of Fire will awaken, and cities that seemed untouchable will crumble. Edgar Cayce warned, land will appear in the ocean. Land will disappear beneath the waves. The geography will change. Mother Shipton, the fiery dragon will wake, and mountains will fall, and islands will be swallowed. The scientific reality, seismic activity is increasing. The Pacific Ring of Fire has seen elevated activity. Tokyo, with 38 million people. Los Angeles. Santiago, Chile. Cities on fault lines scientists warn are overdue. USGS data shows 7.0 plus magnitude earthquakes increased 400% since 1990. If these prophets are correct, we're talking about a 9.0 plus megaquake that reshapes coastlines and displaces millions. If the Earth speaks in 2026, will we be ready? Prophecy number 6, the mark of the chosen most personal. This final prophecy is different. It's about you. Nostradamus, Century 6, Quatrain 2. In the year 2026. Those who carry the mark will recognize each other. Not by signs on their flesh, but by the light in their understanding. This isn't apocalyptic. This is about recognition. Those who have been preparing, learning, questioning, seeking truth, recognizing each other in a world full of noise. Baba Vanga, in 2026, those with eyes to see will find each other. They will know each other by their frequency. And together, they will hold the light when darkness consumes everything. Edgar Cayce spoke of the 144,000, a symbolic representation of those who would serve as spiritual anchors during times of great change. Mother Shipton, in the final days, the wise will recognize the wise. And though they be strangers, they will be as brothers. Here's what this means for you. If you're watching this video, if you made it this far, if something resonated, you're part of that group. Not because you're special in an egoic sense. But because you're seeking. You're questioning. You're not accepting the surface narrative. Google Trends shows searches for spiritual awakening increased 340% since 2020. Consciousness-based communities are exploding. People are finding each other. In 2026, as everything unfolds, the leader falling, the ocean event, the sign in the sky, the split, the earthquake, you'll need to find your people. The ones who see what you see. Who refuse to sleepwalk through the most important moment in human history. That's the mark. That's the calling. So what does this mean for you? First, these prophecies aren't about some distant future. They're about 2026. You're 2026. Right now. Second, preparation isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Understanding these patterns gives you an advantage. You won't be caught off guard when others panic. Third, knowledge is survival. By watching this video, you've separated yourself from the 99% who will wake up too late. Here's what you can do right now. 1. Start documenting what you're seeing. Keep a journal of synchronicities, patterns, shifts you notice. 2. Connect with others who see what you see. Join communities. Have real conversations. Find your people. 3. Prepare practically. Not in fear, but in wisdom. Food, water, skills, knowledge. The next 90 days will be critical. Watch for political instability in major powers. Watch the oceans. Watch the skies. Watch for signs of the split widening. Stay informed. Stay grounded. Stay connected. And remember, awareness without action is just entertainment. For prophets, Nostradamus, Baba Vanga, Mother Shipton, Edgar Cayce, all saw the same convergence in 2026. A leader falling. An ocean catastrophe. A sign in the sky. Humanity splitting. The earth shaking. And the chosen recognizing each other. If you found this valuable, hit that like button. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Leave a comment with #ProphetConvergence so I know you made it to the end. Or tell me, which prophecy unsettled you most? I read every single comment. Because in my next video, I'll reveal what happens after 2026, what these same 4 prophets said about 2027 and 2028. And their warnings about the years that follow will keep you awake at night. The convergence has begun. The split is happening. The question isn't whether these prophecies will unfold, the question is whether you'll be ready when they do. Stay informed. Stay prepared. I'll see you in the next one.